right. Hey, everybody. Oops, mic is in the wrong spot. Let's try it again. Hey, everybody. This is Rycard here. And today I'm going to be bringing you the final portion of my Pokemon Red Monotype Bug playthrough. This has been a pretty interesting challenge, and definitely something that I thought would be really fun to try, really just out of concept, because I don't think I've ever really done a Monotype playthrough of a Pokemon game before. And this required a little bit of routing and kind of like note-taking extensively at the beginning, just to make sure that I knew where to get everything and kind of how to maximize the potential of all the Pokemon that I was using in the particular playthrough. And so the overall result, I think, is pretty good. And I am actually really looking forward to the finale here, where we're going to be actually trying to beat the Elite Four. This might take more than one attempt. It really largely depends on a couple of factors, luck related. But I just want to point out that I actually did do this before at a test run. I was actually able to complete it. So hopefully when I actually stream this, it'll not make me look like a fool as I attempt to play through the game and finish it up by being the Elite Four in our final rival fight. So before we get into it, I just figured I'd take some time to talk about each team member. So first up, I'm going to just actually do this in order of which I caught them, I guess. So we have Beedrill. And Beedrill took a really long time to kind of become a good Pokemon. Really until it... No, it wasn't really until it hit like level 20 when it learned Twin Needle that it actually kind of came into its own. And part of the reason for that is one of the quirks with Gen 1, where bug moves are actually super effective against poison, which allowed Beedrill to basically just kind of annihilate the 4th gym in Celadon City because of the grass type gym, and most of them were actually grass poisoned too, so it made Beedrill incredibly powerful at certain points in the game. Then later in the game, you get access to Swords Dance, I believe, after you complete the Silphco story plot quest, and also you get access to Agility, which allows it to be a very threatening boosting sweeper if given the opportunity. And this team, even though it's only consisting of bug types, actually gets plenty of opportunities to do that, and you might see a little bit of that actually in what I'm about to do with the playthrough as well. But in addition to this, what I want to mention is it also gets Double Edge as kind of its main secondary attack. I theoretically would want to be running Hyper Beam, but I'm not. So we're going to go with Double Edge. The reason why I'm not running Hyper Beam is because I just wouldn't normally get that in a normal playthrough, because it would take an extremely long amount of time to grind all the coins for it. But this moveset is actually pretty standard and competitive as well, so it's a cool way of using it. Up next we have Butterfree, and Butterfree kind of carried the early game. It's one of the 2 special attackers. Well, I'm going to say that, even though there's really one other special attacker kind of on this team. And it really just kind of shows you how abusive the Gen 1 sleep mechanics are, because you get sleep powder so early on, and if Butterfree outspeeds something and you have sleep powder on it, you can basically just kind of beat everything, because you can just automatically put it back to sleep when it wakes up, because in Gen 1, when you wake up from being put to sleep, you actually use a turn to wake up, and so you can just put them right back to sleep, making Butterfree incredibly useful. Really simple set here. Sleep Powder, also Stun Spore, really useful because of paralysis against faster things. And then Psybeam and Psychic are pretty much your 2 best bets as far as dealing damage is concerned. You could potentially run Mega Drain on it, but I didn't because I'm using it on another Pokemon, which actually gets Stab on it. You could also, again, opt to give it Double Edge or Takedown or Hyper Beam if you're, looking to do that, but there really isn't a ton of other options as far as this is concerned. So just having 2 Psychic Stab moves, especially when you're not maxing PP, is really useful. Plus this Confusion Chance is kind of cool too with Psybeam. Alongside this though, we eventually went and picked up Parasect, and Parasect was also a very useful Pokemon at the beginning of the game. It basically completely destroyed the Electric Gym, and it just proved to be a powerful physical attacker with a little bit of special built into it as well, because it is a bug grass type. So looking at its moveset, obviously Spore is what this Pokemon is really known for. Guaranteed sleep, but it kind of stinks on a Pokemon that's as slow as Parasect is. Either way though, obviously if you can live a hit, you can put someone to sleep, and then just like I said before, kind of abusing the sleep mechanic a little bit, you can just go for a move and then spam Spore until they wake up, and then you'll immediately put them back to sleep anyway, because they'll probably be slower than them on the turn they wake up. So there's a little bit of kind of cheesiness with that too, but the moveset is Mega Drain, Dig, and Slash. And again, you wouldn't really use Dig in a competitive sense, but it's really good in-game because in Gen 1, Dig is actually a 100 base power ground move. It's the same thing as Earthquake, it just takes 2 turns. So it's actually a rather interesting move to run. Slash on Parasect is also okay. I think Body Slam is definitely the better choice, but I gave that to another Pokemon in this particular playthrough. It's just because Parasect is slow, so Slash isn't really an automatic crit like it is for some other Pokemon. And so that's something to keep in mind as well. Just ignore that. So it's got a really well-rounded thing. It's been useful in so many different situations. And it's definitely one of the best Pokemon on the team for sure. Finally, we have, as far as rounding off kind of like the normal bug types that you typically catch in a normal playthrough if you're not going super crazy out of your way in the Safari Zone, we have Venomoth. Now, Venomoth is kind of one of those Pokemon that actually is one of those, like, you get it towards the end of the game where it's mostly useful, and then it's insanely good when it's kind of reached its max potential. So it's the other special attacker. It's the exact same moveset as Butterfree, but it just has better stats overall compared to Butterfree. Unfortunately, though, it doesn't learn half of these moves until way later in the game. So while you already have Butterfree kind of doing its thing, Venomoth is just kind of there until it gets basically to level 50 where it learns Psychic. So it's extremely good, but you don't really use it until the end of the game in terms of like its maximum potential. So it's kind of cool, but I've never actually used a Venomoth in a playthrough before either, so this was actually really fun to use. Moving on, we also then to the Safari Zone Pokemon, which I'm going to call. We have Pincer and Scyther. Now, Pincer I'm going to go with first. This thing actually wasn't particularly useful at any point in the game. Like, there was no point in the game where I was thinking, yeah, I have Pincer, this is great. Like, I'm so glad I have this Pokemon in team. And part of that is because it was very under-leveled because of how I did this whole thing. But also part of it is just there are other Pokemon that kind of do what it does better in the particular sense of completing the game. So if you take a look at a moveset, it's pretty well-rounded overall. Body Slam, Submission, Seismic Toss, and Slash, all very good moves to have on this. One of the main reasons why this Bug-type playthrough was particularly hard is because really nothing gets a stab bug move except for Beedrill. Unless you count like Leech Life on Venomoth and on Parasect, but it's not really a move you're going to be using. But either way, Body Slam for paralysis, Submission for the fighting type coverage, which is really nice, Seismic Toss just for consistent damage. It also is the only move that this Pokemon has that can actually hit ghost types, which may come into play a little bit later when I fight Agatha, because in Gen 1, Seismic Toss can actually hit ghost types, and on the other hand, Nightshade can hit normal types, which is kind of a weird quirk of Gen 1. And then finally Slash, which is a really good move as well for Pincer in particular because it is quite a bit faster than Parasect. So the chance of critting with Slash is significantly higher than with Parasect. It doesn't actually get that until 49 though, so you're pretty much using Body Slam as your main like normal move until then, but the paralysis is still really nice to have regardless. And then finally we have Scyther, which is the only other bug type in the game. Scyther is really good, but it has one major flaw that won't really come up except for what I'm about to show you with the Elite Four. And the reason why Scyther is really good, except for its big flaw, is because in Gen 1, Scyther does not learn any moves that are not normal type attacks, aside from in Pokemon Yellow where it will learn Wing Attack, which in the Gen 1 games is only a 35 base power move, so it's not really that good of an option. So it only knows normal moves. It's kind of useless against rock types and ghosts, obviously, as a result, but it's insanely good against everything else. It's the fastest thing on my team. I think it has the highest attack power next to Pincer on my team. Plus it gets access to Swords Dance to boost its stats further. Now this is a Pokemon, if I did grind out, would definitely have given Hyper Beam to because it is insanely good. But one of the funny little quirks about this Pokemon in Gen 1 is because it is so fast, whenever it uses Slash, it's pretty much a guaranteed critical hit. And this is insanely good because it allows me to deal huge chunks of damage to pretty much everything on my opponent's team. And this is so useful in so many different spots and definitely carried certain parts of the run. So with that being said, I think I've talked long enough. Let's go ahead and get started with this little Elite Four climb here. We're actually going to go ahead and lead off with Pincer. And the reason for that is because this is the Ice type Elite Four member in Lorelei. and Pincer is the only thing on my team that has access to a fighting move for super effective damage. Now, unfortunately, Submission Gen 1 isn't particularly amazing. It's the best fighting move, but it's a terrible fighting move because it's not 100% accurate. It's only 80 base power, and you take recoil when you use it. But it's what we have to work with, so we're going to go with it. The other interesting thing about Pincer is that it is the only pure bug type in the game, so it actually allows it to switch in on various other attacks that the other Pokemon wouldn't normally be able to as a result. So I can, not have to worry about ice moves like, Butterfree and Scyther have to worry about. I don't have to worry about psychic moves like Venomoth and Beedrill have to worry about. So it's really, really useful for that particular reason. It also doesn't have any 4x weaknesses like Parasect does. So it's got some really interesting things going for it. But since this Dugong decided to rest, I'm going to go ahead and slash, and it's going to wake up on the following turn, but I just can basically not have to worry about taking any more recoil here, which is really nice because he decided to go ahead and go to sleep. So slash should probably take it out from here, and there you go. And Pincer slash is a very high critical hit chance as well. So we're going to go ahead, and Cloyster is going to come out now, and this is a Pokemon that is extremely physically bulky. And because of this, I'm actually going to go ahead and switch out into Venomoth, which is more of a specially oriented attacker. And this will also allow me the chance to either put it to sleep and go for some psychics, or just outright go for psychic, which is an option too. But first I'm going to take some spike damage, or spike cannon damage. Only hit 3 times, not too bad. Missed my first sleep powder though. So spike cannon is going to come on in, hit me with another barrage of attacks here. But again, nothing too threatening. Cloyster isn't exactly a great physical attacker, though it can learn Explosion in Gen 1. First turn wake, nice. In this particular game, though, I don't think Lorelei's Cloyster has Explosion. So we're going to hope that I can let this thing go to sleep for at least 1 turn. There we go. All right. And I'm pretty positive that Psychic is a 2-hit KO here. So let's go ahead and go for 1 at least. And if this doesn't outright KO it, Psybeam definitely probably... Oh, wow, it was a crit. Okay, interesting. All right, I'm going to go for Psychic again. We'll see how this goes. Maybe that'll take it out. All right, we got it. Great. So Pincer gained a nice chunk of experience. Venomoth also did. And now we have the Slowbro. Now, fortunately for me, this Slowbro isn't particularly threatening. There's a reason for that. Because unfortunately this Slowbro has a very, very poor moveset when it comes down to it. This is just one of the things that you get from playing this game a bunch. You kind of have a pretty good knowledge of what the opponent's Pokemon have. And you might be wondering, why am I switching out into Beedrill here when this is a Psychic type? Because I could obviously get hit by a Psychic move. Obviously, I'm a Bug type, so there's that. But this Slowbro actually only knows 1 special attack, and it happens to be Water Gun. So obviously not really that threatening. So I'm going to use this time to set up a Swords Dance. Set up a couple Swords Dances actually. And I'm going to go for 1 agility as well because I might not be faster than the Jinx. And I'm pretty sure Twin Needle at +4 should probably KO this. Looks like that's actually exactly going to KO it. Oh my gosh, living with 1. All right, what's he going to do? Oh, okay. Super Potion. That's easy to get around. And we'll just Twin Needle again and take him out. So not too big of a threat here, but I am at +4 attack, +2 speed. And now the Jinx is going to come on in. And since I'm probably going to outspeed it, Twin Needle is probably going to be a guaranteed one-shot on this thing because Jinx is not known for its physical defense. And finally, the last Pokemon that we have on the team for Lorelei is her Lapras. And this should probably be 2-hit KO'd by Double Edge, but I'm not sure. Let's see. Okay, yeah, that looks like a pretty solid 2-shot. Excuse me, pardon that. Hydro Pump probably actually might KO me. Let's see. Oh, it crit me. Well, that's definitely going to KO. But thankfully, as I mentioned before, Pincer is here, and Pincer does have the super effective fighting move, and that should probably knock it out from this range if I don't miss it. Oh boy. All right, so we're running into some issues here. Hopefully this doesn't prove to be a... Okay, there we go. I was worried if I was going to hit myself in Confusion, and then he was going to, Blizzard, freeze me, that kind of stuff like that, but not too bad. So we were able to take out that trainer with very little difficulty, actually. So Not too bad. All right. Now, I am going to go ahead and actually swap who's out first here. Bruno, who we don't talk about anymore, is probably the easiest Pokemon, or easiest trainer to defeat with this particular team. I'm actually going to go ahead and put Butterfree out first, and you're going to see why that is in a second. And it's kind of related to what I was talking about earlier with the basically abuse of sleep mechanics in this game. Butterfree is faster than everything on his team, I believe. And if Butterfree isn't, Venomoth definitely is. So this is just a really easy way for me to level up without really having too much of an issue with anything in the process. So as long as I hit my sleep powders, we shouldn't have any issues here. So Onix is going to go to sleep. And I'm going to go for some Psybeams here because I want to save my Psychic PP for later in case I definitely need it. And thankfully I just crit the Psybeam, so it doesn't really matter now, does it? So yeah, Onix is going to go down really easily, and then Hitmonchan is going to come in, and I just want to see this because I'm pretty positive I can just one-shot it with Psychic. If I'm wrong, I just look like a fool here, but I'm pretty sure I can one-shot it. Yeah. Oh, a crit as well. Alright, Butterfree, you're being too good here. But then we're going to go ahead and see the Hitmonlee. Hitmonlee is kind of in the same boat as Hitmonchan in Gen 1. Terrible special. So that also translates to special defense as well, whereas, you know, in later generations where there was the physical, or there was the physical and special, or sorry, the special attack and special defense split in Gen 2 and beyond, where Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan actually have some pretty decent special defense stats. In Gen 1, it's all combined to be the lower of those two stats, which I think was the special attack. So both those Pokemon really do not have the ability to take any super effective special attacks at all. But this Onix is pretty much going to go down in the exact same way as before. Bruno keeps trying to use X defense here. I'm not really sure what's with the AI, but they're really determined to deter me from using any physical attacks. Thankfully, I wasn't going to anyway. Alright, and then finally we have the Machamp. And this guy also should probably just go down to sleep. Alright, and I'm pretty sure maybe a Psybeam or two should KO it. Maybe 3. Oh, yep. Alright, I can just keep going for Psybeams then, because he's wasting the sleep turns by using these X defenses. I think Bruno also has a couple of super potions, which he'll probably use right now. Or something, maybe. Oh, okay, never mind. Alright, and that's that. So arguably the easiest fight out of all of them. There's really, you know, no chance that I was going to lose that, which is really, really funny to me. Alright, and then we're going to go ahead and take a look at Agatha. Now, she is probably the hardest fight here. And the reason for that is because the fastest thing on my team, Scyther, is completely useless here. Now, before we go ahead and do this, I'm going to go ahead and revive the Beedrill, because I might need it. And I'm also going to use a couple of Hyper Potions to make sure that my Venomoth and my Beedrill are at full health. So let's go ahead and do that right now. So because the Gengars are so fast, it really is dependent upon their AI a little bit in like the way that I'm going to handle them, because the AI in this game is kind of funky in terms of what it does. But the thing about these Gengars and Haunters stuff is they all have Dream Eater, or a lot of them have Dream Eater, but they kind of just use it even when you're not asleep sometimes. So this could go one of two ways. The Arbok is also really good on their team. It's really fast. And the Golbat also having Wing Attack. Hey, how's it going? Golbat already also having Wing Attack is a little bit of a problem, especially for Parasect. So we're going to go ahead and try this. I am going to, let's see. Yeah, I'll stick with Butterfree here for first, because again, my goal is to, you know, take this thing out as swiftly as possible without taking too much damage here. But this could very easily go either way. Yeah, I think this will happen. There's definitely a little bit of luck involved in that final fight, but we'll see how it goes. So yeah, I don't outspeed this, so if it hypnosis's me, I'm going to have an issue. So it chose Dream Eater. Like I said, sometimes the AI does that. It's a little funky, but the thing that you're going to see is that Gengar has a ridiculously high special stat, like ridiculously high. So this Psybeam, even though it's super effective, is not going to be really doing too much damage. I am going to keep doing this though, because I think that, again, I need to save the Psychic PP for later in the fight. Okay, cool. That worked out really, really well actually, because now he's gone. He can't wake up in time to save himself. So that worked out really well. I got a really long sleep there, and I got lucky that he went for Dream Eater. So, like I said, this fight can sometimes be really easy. It also can be really, really difficult depending on what Agatha chooses to do. This is where the first kind of issue happens. So I'm gonna again try to put it to sleep, but it does have a super effective wing attack. Now, thankfully, wing attack is not amazing in Gen 1, but he did just crit me. But if I can put it to sleep, again, we're probably in a good position here. So I'm going to go for the Psychic here because I want to make sure that I take this out with enough time to survive another attack if I have to. I'm hoping this is a 2-shot. Okay, it looks like it. Great. And there we go. So that takes out the Golbat. Again, one of the issues of this team for sure. So then he has the Haunter, right? Yep. So there's Haunter, Arbok, and then another Gengar left, and unfortunately Haunter will outspeed me as well, so that's a little bit of a bummer here, but I can pretty confidently go into Parasect here. It just really depends on if I get put to sleep, etc., as this all goes, but I do have the super effective Dig here, so that's going to be really nice to have. Confuse Ray is a little bit of an issue too if I do have it. I don't know if this one-shots it. I doubt it does. Oh wow, it does. Okay, cool. Alright. Awesome. Alright, so now I actually have to switch here. This Arbok has Acid, which in Gen 1, as I mentioned, is you already know it's a poison type move, but since Parasect is Bug Grass, it's actually 4 times super effective, and it makes this particularly difficult. So I'm actually going to go to Beedrill here. That's a great question, by the way. I was going to ask if what type anybody else might want to see me try next out of pure curiosity. It might be fun to try something different after this, like a different typed challenge run. That's actually kind of good that I got paralyzed here actually, because I can't get slept, so that's kind of nice. I'll take this. You know what? Yeah, I'll let Beedrill do as much as it can, and then that should be pretty good here. I might do a different type run after this one of just a different kind. So let me know what you think might be a good type to try next after I do this one. Okay. Yeah, so that's gonna be normal would be interesting post-rock. Well, unfortunately, this is the Gen 1 game, so you don't really need to worry about using Foresight, because you can just have different type coverage moves with other things. But I actually think normal would be one of the easiest ones to do, based off of the based off of how good some of the normal types in this game are. By the way, I just wanted to show this off in case anyone didn't realize this. I wasn't kidding when I said that Seismic Toss hits ghost types, by the way. So I'm just gonna I'm just gonna use this move a bunch of times and hope for the best here. I just figured that would be something fun to show off. Okay. Yeah, it's just this one in Gen 1 games, for no explainable reason, Seismic Toss hit ghost types. But normal types can also get hit by Nightshade, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, which is kind of fun. Alright, and then we got Arbok. So this is the last thing. It shouldn't be too big of an issue, especially because, well, it does have the Acid. I do have a couple Pokemon to handle it, but I'm going to go for Body Slam here, maybe hope for the Paralysis, and I got it, which is really, really awesome. So don't really even have to worry about this defense drop from Screech, because I can actually probably just crit slash him right here too, and that'll probably KO. Oh wow, it didn't! Holy cow, but thankfully the Paralysis got him. Alright, nice. Alright, I'll Seismic Toss here just to save the PP of the other moves in case I need to. Plus the animation's awesome, so might as well showcase it. Alright, and that was that. That actually went really smoothly. So I have no complaints about that at all, which is awesome. Okay, that fight definitely can give you trouble, but like I said, that worked out really, really well. So we got Lance coming up next. So this fight is, let's put it this way, it should be harder than it is, and the reason that it's not that hard is because of the AI, and I will explain why that is in a second. But first, before we do this, we gotta revive my Butterfree and my Beedrill, and that will give us 2 very useful Pokemon. Let's see, do I have enough revives in case like everything dies? Yes, I do. Okay, we're all good. In case everything dies, we still have enough revives and hyper potions to go back up to full after this fight, but I don't think that's going to happen. So one of the interesting quirks about Gen 1 is that the way that the AI picks moves is based on the type of the move and the type of the Pokemon they are up against. And so that might obviously be self-explanatory, but it does it to an extent that you might not realize, and I'm going to show you that in just a second. So Lance's dragon types have agility. Both Dragonairs and I believe the Dragonite have agility. Agility is a psychic type move. Psychic is super effective against poison, so when I have a poison type in front of one of them, it will just constantly go for agility. And it's kind of gimmicky, but it really makes this fight like a cakewalk. So first step though is taking out the Gyarados. This is actually probably the hardest thing to deal with on the team, but thankfully Venomoth outspeeds it, which is really, really important. So again, I'm gonna opt to go for Psybeams, just to conserve PP here. But you'll see what I mean about that in just a little bit. And Gyarados is really hard to take down. It's got, a decently high special. I think, why don't I actually see if I can get a drop here, actually. Psychic special drops are actually more frequent in Gen 1, and also affect both special defense and special attack, so they're really, really important for that reason. Yeah, there you go. See that? Okay, so his special fell, but I need to put this thing back to sleep at risk of taking a Hyper Beam, so we're going to go ahead and do that. And at this point, I'm going to go ahead and go for Psybeam. And this should 2-hit it from here, I think. Alright. Oh, jeez. He's making me work. Alright, well, I should have went for Psychic. That's my bad. Alright, I still need to conserve my Psychic PP for the final fight if I need it, so... this Gyarados has taken quite the nap, though, I have to say. Maybe 2 more Psybeams. You're going to see this animation quite a bit right now. Is he going to use another Hyper Potion? I think I just got the 5-turn sleep. Okay. That should do it, I think. Alright, and I got a crit there too. Nice. Alright, so here's what I'm talking about. So, as I mentioned, and it would be really funny if this didn't happen right now, but Dragonair is going to go for agility. Dragonair is going to go for agility like 18 times in a row. So this is a perfect opportunity for me to just bring in Beedrill and set up. This is what makes this particular fight so incredibly easy, because I can just boost easily here. I'll get 1 more Swords Dance. I think that's +3, right? And then I'll go for 1 agility just to make sure I outspeed everything. And yeah, here we go. I'm just gonna Twin Needle everything now. There you go. And that's how that works. Fortunately for me as well, the next Dragonair does the exact same thing. But it won't matter because I'm going to outspeed it anyway. So Beedrill is really funny because of this particular reason. It makes it oddly very good against the Elite Four. You can actually also do this against Lorelei, because her Dugong has Rest, and Rest is a psychic move, so it just goes for Rest over and over and over again. And that's really fun. So we're going to go ahead now this time. I believe Double Edge will 2-hit KO from this range. Even when I'm at +6, yeah, that's pretty confidently a 2-hit. I just have to not die to Hyper Beam. Let's see what happens here. Alright, cool. Alright, because of that, I'm just going to switch to Twin Needle here because he's got a recharge, so I'll save myself some recoil here. Oh, and that took it out anyway, so that's really nice. Alright, and then finally we got the Dragonite. And just Double Edge. Will this one-shot it? It won't. It'll come real close, though. Okay, and... yeah, that's actually... so the way that actually you would do that, because I actually... sorry to respond to the chat. Fire is actually really cool because... it's actually... I think it's Magmar, Vulpix, and Growlithe are all, like... you can't get all three of them in the same game, because I forget which one has Magmar. I think blue version. But the actual way to do it, if you wanted to get all of them, would be to... actually play yellow version and make Magmar your starter. If you manipulated the game like that, which would be really interesting. So that would be a fun one to go. But yeah, that's Lance, by the way, which is really fun. So there he is. All right. So the thing about that, though, is that he only knows Ember for about like 34 levels. It's not as good as you might think it is. He only knows Ember for a very large portion of the game. And it really wouldn't matter too much because the first two gyms are rock and water anyway. So it's like you're not gaining an advantage by having a fire type that only knows a fire move for the first like half of the game. But anyways, all right. So before I go on here, we have the final battle. So this one is actually... again, pretty challenging. This could very easily go not in my favor because I have to kind of manipulate a couple things as well. Basically, my goal here is to set up to +6 with Scyther and Sweep. And there's a couple opportunities to do that, but it's not guaranteed like it was in the previous fight. So I'm going to lead off with Butterfree here. And the reason for this is because this is actually only one time weak to the Pidgeot. And I believe the Pidgeot has a very strong tendency to want to go for Sky Attack. So if I can put it to sleep, we're good. So there's the Sky Attack. Okay, so that just completely nullified that. So now it's just a matter of wearing it down, pretty much just a matter of wearing it down. This is why I saved my psychics as well. We can enjoy the sweet music in the background as this is going on too, Oh, that's really helpful. Alright, and because of that crit, I think this is going to turn out to be a 3-hit KO, which is really awesome. Oh, sorry. Let me turn that off. I'm not on my phone right now. Okay. Yeah, that was actually quite the long nap Pidgeot decided to take, but I get to save a little bit of PP here and go for the Psybeam. Alright, so next up, we got the Alakazam. Now, this Pokemon is very hard to deal with, but as mentioned previously, in other parts of this run, it is very physically frail. So, I'm going to try to put it to sleep. Hopefully I can live a Psybeam. It has a very high chance of critting me because Alakazam has a very high speed stat. But thankfully I got that. So what I'm going to do now is I am actually going to go ahead and switch into Pincer to basically try and take it down in 2 moves. Looks like I will at least get a safe switch here to the 1 turn of sleep. And it looks like I'm actually going to KO it because of Slash. So that's really awesome. because it's still asleep too. So Slash is probably a 2-shot. Yeah, but that's great. And again, this is just, you know, clever use of sleep mechanics in the game, pretty much just because of how good they are. And even though the bug type in and of itself is not great, having 3 Pokemon that can put stuff to sleep is really, really helpful. Alright, so we got the Rhydon, and this thing actually isn't really much of a threat to this team. It actually doesn't know a rock move, to my knowledge. Yep. So, Rhydon, actually funny enough, in Gen 1, does not learn any rock or ground moves, and I mentioned this in previous other videos in this whole process, but via level up, it doesn't learn any rock or ground moves. I think this one actually might have Fissure, but I could be wrong. But yeah, if you notice, he just went for Leer and Tail Whip. Like, this is a great moveset, right? Super good. Anyway, so next up, we got what is basically the Pokemon that will allow me to win this fight, and it's the Exeggutor. So this thing is not really a threat, except for the fact that it might flinch me, and it might crit me. But that did a lot of, there we go. All right. Yeah, it actually has Fire Blast too. It's Ember, Fire Spin, Fire Blast, and Rage, I think, is its moveset. But we're gonna work on putting this thing to sleep, and we want it to stay asleep for a long time. And here's why. Just like with before, we're gonna go into Beedrill here, and we are gonna try to set up. So here we go. Now this thing also does have Hypnosis, so this could prove really bad for me. So I'm gonna get 2. Okay, he woke up, but let's just see if we can keep setting up here. Okay. So this is the reason why I went here first. This might not work. He could obviously KO me here, so we're gonna see what happens. Barrage is not a terrible, or is a pretty not great attack. I would really like if he didn't get the 5-8. That would be exceptional, but of course he will, because it's the computer. I would really like to wake up, but we're gonna see what happens. Alright, I don't think I'm gonna win this, or get this at least to work. Yeah, Stomp is gonna bring me down to 10, and I woke up here, but not in time. So that's unfortunate, but like I said, we have multiple attempts with this, so we're going to go ahead and try it again. Alright. So we're going to go in Butterfree this time, go for the Sleep Powder here, and we're going to try the same thing, but with Scyther. And if that doesn't work, that's okay. We need you to take a very long nap, Exeggutor. And the odds still are in my favor here because he could still miss the Hypnosis if he wakes up and uses it. So here we go. The only downside of using Scyther here is that, oh sweet, I'm going to get to +6, is that unfortunately, Takedown is not a 100% accurate move, so this might come down to some nonsense. Alright, so because he's asleep, I'm actually going to Slash here. This is going to save me some HP when I take Recoil from Takedown in a second. I'm going to do it again too, because I want to make sure that I don't take any unnecessary damage that I don't have to take. So he wakes up here, and this is where I'll Takedown, and that should take it out. So what I have to hope for right now is that I actually don't crit, because if I crit in Gen 1, even at +6, it basically ignores the +6. So I'm hoping that I can live a Hydro Pump, because I missed my Takedown, and I'm going to kill myself, aren't I? This is going to KO me, isn't it? Crap. Alright, this is very, like, not likely to win now. This is actually incredibly... I don't think I'm going to win this now. So we're going to see what happens. There is one other chance that I can win this. And it has 100% to do with what the AI decides to do. And I will explain what I mean by that in a little bit. But as a result, I'm going to go to Parasect. At least I will resist the water move if he decides he wants to do it. But Hyper Beam probably will just KO me. So maybe that was actually a waste. We'll see. That's probably going to KO, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Let's see what happens here. Okay, so I know Venomoth might outspeed it because it outsped the other one, so let's see. Okay, it does. Alright, so all that's left is the Charizard, I believe. And as a result, I either just have to hope I'm faster, which this level that I've got might actually put me over. But if I'm not, we have a problem. So looks like I am not faster, and he went for Fire Spin. So this is unfortunately what happens sometimes. So I'm trapped here. There's nothing I can do about it. And that's going to probably be it, unfortunately. But again, the AI could decide to be really stupid, but it decided not to this time. Basically what I'm hoping is they might go for Rage. And if he goes for Rage, I can actually still potentially win this. But I don't know what would prompt him to do that. So really my best bet here is try to paralyze it with Pincer and hope for the best. And he missed the Fire Spin, so there's a chance. And he missed the Fire Blast, so there's a chance. And I got a crit. Okay. How much is this going to do? Maybe it won't be a long Fire Spin. Okay. Oh my god, he missed. I think that's it. Or this game sucks. Wait. Oh, if I went for Slash, I would have KO'd him. I'm an idiot. I'm such a moron. I thought, oh, that is entirely my fault. That is 1000% my fault. I would have just won if I actually went for Slash there. I am such an idiot. And I hate myself. So that's that. Unfortunately. So, alright, we're going to try this again. But thankfully, we have the knowledge of what we need to know. So that was a bummer. I was hoping I could do this in one shot and it'd look really cool. But what I might do, let's see. All right, I'm going to buy a couple more revives. Just buy like 10 because I can. All right, and then I'm going to buy a bunch more like hyper potions. Oh, they have max potions. Wait, why? Why would I need a max potion? How many can I buy? Wait a minute. I can buy 4. Alright, I'll take it. I'm really mad. I totally blew that on my own, and I'm really mad about that. That was entirely my fault. I thought it would have KO'd. Either way, I wasn't thinking. I got caught up in what I was doing. Alright. Well, let's do this again. Alright, here we go. Missing the takedown with Pincer or with Scyther was probably the thing that it wasn't even that I got greedy. I think it was just the missed takedown was the biggest thing, I think. Or maybe not. Maybe that wasn't as big of a deal as I thought it was. But either way, speaking of missed attacks, alright, but I one-shot the Dugong, so there's that. Alright, and like before, let's go into Venomoth. Oh man. Alright, whatever. Wow. Am I really going to lose the Venomoth here? Holy cow. I mean, I could switch, but I don't want to. It's the principle of this. I will put you to sleep, Cloyster. There we go. He deserves that crit. Alright, let's try this whole setup again. Swords Dance. Oh, cool. I'm gonna get the +6. Actually, wait, no, I had agility here just to be safe. Right, agility is the way to go first. And then I go for the last Swords Dance. Alright. So this will definitely put me a +6 here. Still takes 2 hits of this. Sad. We need a Pokemon with Technician that wants to use Twin Needle. Just throwing that out there. But if Pin Missile is a thing, then it doesn't even matter anyway, because it's just better with Pin Missile. The agility doesn't increase crit rate, I don't believe. It just increases your speed stat, but I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure it just increases speed stat. Even though, I think the crit chance is based on like your base speed stat, not your crit, not like your like perceived speed stat as a result of like a stat boost or something. I think it's all base stats though. Yeah. So since it's going for agility, it doesn't increase my base speed stat. It doesn't make a difference. All right. Let's go to Bruno again. Why does Bruno have the creepy rocket music? I think this actually confirms that Bruno is actually a member of Team Rocket. Maybe. Am I gonna get rock thrown? Oh, he slammed me. Wow, my sleep powders really don't want to hit. Okay. Thankfully, the rock throw missed. I'm so mad about what just happened still, by the way. I'm like still really mad about this. No, it happened to miss. It's not absurdly low. You just outspeed me? What? What? Emily's never outsped. Oh, that was weird. In this particular like thing. But yeah, I'm still mad about this. Can we talk about this? I could have just won and I didn't because I'm a fool. That was the most painful body slam that I've ever gone for in my life. If I just went for slash, I would have won. I would have won. I'm still mad about that. Now we gotta go all the way back up. I feel like I need to edit this out to make sure that nobody sees my blunder. It was the worst body slam anyone has ever body slammed. But I won't edit it out. It's fine. For the content, yes. Exactly. I think I was just, it was one of those, like, I wasn't thinking, I was caught up in the moment. I didn't actually even think that I would get a chance to use, you know, the move at all. So it was like, I'm just praying and hoping for the paralysis, and I didn't get it. And so I was just like, all right, well, I'm going to keep trying and hoping for the paralysis, even if I don't get it. And I just, man, I'm upset. All right, but it's okay. We'll be okay. All right. So, yeah. What do I do here? I guess I gotta use the revives. I have 20 now. Oh, jeez. Oh, I have 6 Mac. Alright, sure. I don't know if this is gonna matter, but I might have to like leave and go buy a bunch of super potions or something, because this is totally unnecessary to have all these. Because you can't buy hyper potions in Indigo Plateau, but you can get them in like Celadon City or something. Alright, I guess we're gonna do Butterfree. Is that what I did last time? We love Butterfree. Interesting choice, I have to say. Hang on. Oh, nice. I didn't think that would actually two-shot. Well, actually, it probably still won't, but it looks like it could. Alright. Sweet. Okay. Oh, I crit. Nice. Alright. I'll stay in then. I was gonna switch out, but I'll take it. Oh, that's great too. Now, because it's asleep, I think I have to obey Sleep Clause, and I am not allowed to go for Sleep Powder here. Right? That's the rules. Until they bring the Gengar back in, I can't put anything else to sleep. we're gonna follow competitive strats here. What do I want in right now? I guess I'll side beam again. Yeah, that's fine. Oh wait, this won't KO, right? And I forgot that I was confused. Crud. I should have switched. Oh, let's find out. No, man, I gotta follow the real rules. I can't do it. It's okay, it worked out anyway. Can't do it. Alright, Arbok. Now I can put you to sleep. Or I won't. I just might not. Yeah, I just might not put you to sleep at all. You know, whatever. You do you. You know, do your thing. Okay, cool. I'm wasting so many sleep powders. Ridiculous. Anyway, all right. Oh wow, look how low. I shouldn't use this anymore. I should switch. Yeah. Okay. Maybe. I guess I haven't really used the Venomoth yet. There is a Gen 1 Smogon meta, yeah, actually. And Arbok is actually not a terrible Pokemon in Gen 1 because of a rat. And Glare. Paralysis is like the most amazing thing in Gen 1. You just spread it everywhere. Yeah, there you go. That's the link. Oh, sweet. Nightshade. Let's put it to sleep. All right. I also tried really hard to make a lot of these movesets very close to like what the best moveset for these Pokemon would be. You know, to the best of my ability with what I had to work with. So it helps to kind of know that stuff too and kind of building these movesets. But like I didn't really like abuse certain things. Like I could have, like missing no glitched a bunch of TMs so I could teach everything on my team double edge or something like that, or that kind of thing. I only used one use of the missing no glitch in this run because it made a certain part of it more bearable for the viewer, I will say. Because trying to find Scyther in the Safari Zone was like impossible. And so when I realized that, because it was giving me a lot of trouble, I decided to glitch the nuggets in my inventory so I could sell them for a ton of money and use that to buy the coins at the game corner. That part isn't on YouTube yet, no, I don't think. But that'll be there in a bit. Do I even need to heal here? I don't think so. Let's just do the fight and see what happens. I could also save before the rival, but I feel like that's kind of like cheating too, a little bit. Like it's kind of like cheating. I have very high standards apparently for what I consider to be real. And then you see what I do during this fight, of course, but it's good to know that I can have an Aerodactyl Hyper Beam. That's actually really useful knowledge, to be completely honest. Oh my god. Please stop. Thank you. Alright. But yeah, the only reason I did that with the nuggets was because the whole process was going to take forever and nobody wants to see me try and find a 4% catch rate Pokemon for like an hour or two. I'm pretty sure nobody wants to watch that, right? At least I wouldn't want to watch that unless I'm providing like the best commentary there ever was. Okay, well he's confused, which is nice. Let me make this go a little bit more smoothly. Okay, cool. Okay, so he's going to use a Hyper Potion. I think this is where I actually go into Scyther real quick. If he stays asleep, otherwise I think I'm going to Swords Dance real quick. And go for the takedown because I just don't want that to happen. I don't want the Hyper Potion to be a thing. Great. Okay, so let's do that. Okay. That should work out well. Cool. I'll take that. Nice. Alright, and let's do our strat. So we go into Beedrill. Another interesting thing I think that is the case in Gen 1 is that the opponent uses their move after you make yours. So like if you were playing with somebody, they would always be able to see what you did first before you actually make your move, which I think is really interesting. and makes the AI kind of behave differently as a result too. Because if you might notice that like on the Switch, you might accidentally, okay, that's +6. On the Switch, you might know that they will like predict certain things as a result. It's because they're not actually predicting it. It's because they just straight up saw you do it first, so they responded with whatever they were going to do. That's also why sometimes when the AI uses an item, it's on the second turn. Yeah, exactly. You got it. Which is really interesting. Again, a lot of really funny quirks in Gen 1, but I love it. These games are so short and quick and easy to play, and it's a good time for all. So, again, like before, I'm pretty sure Double Edge is a 2-hit KO, so I'm going to Twin Needle first, because, oh, I crit. Oh, are you kidding me? Uh-oh. Oh, thank God. Okay. Alright, well, at that point, I could just do this now, so I'll just do another one, and then I think Twin Needle should KO from here, so I guess I don't take any more. Yeah, he took down. What would be the past tense of takedown? He take downed? I crit again! Oh my God! They don't want me to do this! Please don't Hyper Beam me. Oh, I got the poison. That's awesome. This fight. What is happening here? I guess that would be the... Alright, I'm just going to Double Edge. I am... This is so stupid. Alright. Whatever. Whatever. I don't even care if this kills me. I don't even care. Okay. Is he using the Hyper Potion now? Okay. Alright. Now, does Dragonite do the same thing where it just agility spams? I want to know. This is for science, so please allow me to. It does. Okay. That's funny. Oh, he also has barrier too. That's also a psychic move. Alright, I don't know why I'm messing around with this now. Alright, let me just KO him. Thankfully, I can crit here and it just goes through the barrier, but that's kind of funny. Alright. Oh, wait, I didn't mean to do that. Uh-oh. Oh, wait, what? He agility. That's why he outspeeds. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I made a mistake. Uh-oh. Oh, wait, never mind. I have another poison type. Never mind. This is so unnecessary. I hate myself right now. Okay, please hit yourself in confusion. This will make my life easier. Thank you. Great. I'm like getting like mini heart attacks as this happens. Okay, we got the special drop at least. Lance, you're such a moron. Alright, yeah, I guess I'm gonna get a Psybeam, I guess. I think this one should KO here, so... Oh, I should have Psybeamed again. Oh, whatever. I Psychic. If this comes down to like a damage roll where I like should have had a Psychic left, I'm gonna be really mad. I'm just throwing that out there. But wait, I think I have an Ether. Or an Ether, however you pronounce it. A Max Ether. I'm gonna use it on Venomoth. Alright. Oh hey, thank you for the raid. That is actually a first for me. Alright. Cool. Thank you for that. Thank you so much. Alright. So yeah, we're gonna heal up here. And I think this is the first time I've ever been... Oh, wait. Oh, I'm using repels. I want to revive. I think this is the first time I've ever been... I think this is the first time I've ever been raided. This is cool. Really? Oh, okay. Thank you so much. Thanks very, very much, guys. I appreciate it. This is making this even more special. So for you all, I hope I win this now. Okay, so let's use these hyper potions and let's give this a shot. Don't let me forget to use the ether. That's okay. That's totally fine. Sorry about that. It's totally fine. Alright. It's good. So here's the funny thing. Thank you very much. We shouldn't have wiped at the champion. I'm just a moron. So I'm gonna do it on Psychic because I'm imagining this happening where like I run out of Psychics. I'm gonna imagine. Alright, so I said I led with Butterfree, right? Okay, so let's see how this goes. Alright. Oh, that's fine. Enjoy your night. Thanks for the raid. I appreciate it. Alright, here we go. I will do my best. Alright, everybody, so this is take 2. Alright. I only have 5 sleep powders left. Whoopsie. Okay, so that worked out the way I intended. Let's do this. That did not work out the way I intended. Okay. Okay, well that's good. Wait, what? That is stupid. Why does that happen? It stored the sky attack? Am I the one that didn't know that could happen? What? I didn't know that could happen. I thought if you interrupted it, it would have to use it again. I didn't think it would just release right after. But Venomoth is faster than the Pidgeot anyway, so what the hell? I should have just led with this. I'm a moron. Okay. This doesn't even matter anymore then. Venomoth just outspeeds. Alright. That's so weird. See, I'm learning new things about Gen 1 all the time. It's great. It's a fun time for everyone, I have to say. But unfortunately, this is really, really bad now because I can't stay in here. Okay. I kind of have to go into Parasect. All right, we're going to think on the fly. And there is no rush for me to do this, but I have to just sack this. That's kind of where I'm at here. Wow, that does, of course, exactly the amount of damage he needs to do. Oh, thank you for being dumb, AI. I appreciate it. All right, that worked out nicely. Okay. This won't crit though, unfortunately. Most likely it won't. Yeah. Okay, cool. I just don't have to worry about Spore missing. There we go. I finally got a crit. Okay, that doesn't happen too often with Parasect, so nice. Okay. This is actually perfect because this is what I want in anyway right now, so I'm going to put it to sleep just because I know I can. This is just fail-safe for me. Alright, and I'm actually going to probably recover all of the health that I just lost, so that's kind of nice too. Honestly, without Parasect, a lot of these rock types that I came up against would not have been possible at all. It's unfortunate that Mega Drain is the best it has, but you just got to work with what you got, you know? Okay. So, let's try this again, everybody. Alright, please stay asleep for an extended period of time. I would really appreciate it. Please. Or just don't, like, put me to sleep immediately. Okay, here we go. That's one. That's two. What do I do here? All right, I'm gonna risk it again. We're gonna go for the agility. He missed. Okay, we're going for it. We're going for +6. Let's see how this goes. Please just use any attack. Oh my god. Okay. Now I just have to hope I don't crit. I have to hope I do not crit. This is the only thing. Now I don't know if I one-shot the Gyarados or the but this helps. This very much so helps. But I don't know if I one-shot the Charizard. I have no idea if I one-shot the Charizard or the Gyarados. So we have to find out here, but let's hope this happens. Here we go. Oh my god! Damn it. Okay. Alright. I crit. I freaking crit. Alright, at least I know I outspeed this. But oh my god. The question is, do I try this again right now? With Scyther? No, this is the champion. Alright. So do I try this with Scyther right now? Do I try to set up with Scyther? Is the question. Because okay. I really want to play this correctly. Sorry, I'm like overthinking this. I'm gonna do this first. I'm gonna wear it down. Because I think this is more important right now to just wear it down a little bit. Alright. This is going to look really stupid. I'm just going to go for the stun spore here. I'm going to burn a couple turns, and I'm going to try to put him asleep again and see what happens. Obviously, this is looking really stupid right now because he's staying asleep for a very long time, isn't he? Okay. Sleep powder. Okay. Alright, let's do this. I think this is the way to go here. My worry about going into Scyther right now is if I can wear him down, Scyther would outspeed. So getting the boost here might not matter if I don't one-shot him because I don't think I can outspeed the Charizard with anything else on my team. So that's why I'm thinking it might be better to just try to like paralyze him and then win from there, as opposed to setting up with Scyther and hoping I one-shot. So I'm so torn right now about what to do. Like there has to be a right decision. Okay, hang on. Because again, I could still randomly accidentally crit and then it would all be for nothing, and then I lose the one thing that outspeeds the Charizard. I honestly think it's safer. I think this is the safe play. I really do. I know you might not agree with me here, but I think this is the safe play. Also, that's a thing. So I have to put him to sleep again. Well, yeah, but if I swap out Scyther, I take a hit on the way in. Because I have the switch mode turned off. So that's why. But either way, it doesn't matter if I have the it doesn't matter if I set up right now either, so it doesn't make a difference. How many more of these do I have? Okay, I think I have to start going for side beams. It's a really good thing I use the ether there. Or the ether, whatever it's called. I'm going to say Psychic kills here, but I know that means it probably won't. But I'm going to go for it. It has Swords Dance, yeah. Yeah, of course. Oh, thank God. Alright. Alright. So I really want to hit this Stun Spore. That's gonna be what I need to win this. Hey, maybe that level will make me outspeed the Charizard now. Who knows? I gotta hit this. Okay. How much does this do? I got lucky in that he picked Fire Spin. I'm gonna go in a Parasect here because this is just a bad matchup either way. Yeah, we have to hope he goes for Rage, right? So the reason I did that was because I know that I can live another Fire Spin, so if he tries to go for it again, at least I'll survive. He can miss, and I still know I'll survive. So I'm just gonna very much try to I'm gonna try this again. Okay, he hit this time. Okay, we're gonna just try to do with Pincer and Scyther then. Thankfully this only does like 30, which is not bad, but this is so hard. He hit them all. No. You know what's gonna be really funny is I'll find out after this that I actually can outspeed him or something like that. We're gonna find out. Yeah, we gotta hope. But we do really have to hope he goes for Rage, don't we? We're gonna go for Body Slam. He missed. Okay, this is the redemption for Pincer. Yes. All right. I think we did it. I don't see how I lose this now. I probably still will, but I don't see how I lose this now because Slash is gonna crit. He missed again. All right. I think that's it. I think that's it. The redemption. Pincer got his revenge. Let's go. All right. There it is. Okay. We did it. That's the best way I could have ended, I think, with that. But yeah. If you wanted a 100% accurate fire move, he should have just went for Ember. You know? We did it. That's awesome. Yes. Okay. Very, very cool. Alright, and I guess we get to just watch this play out. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll roll credits. And then I'll ask, because this is somebody already mentioned earlier, fire would be an interesting one to try next. Is there any other monotype anyone would like to see me try? I am interested in doing a couple that I think would be really fun to do. Butterfree, let's go. This is such a good like ending credits music too. That was the most clutch body slam ever. I never found out if Scyther outsped. I still justify the point that I made about staying in and going for Stun Spore. I still justify that. But yeah. Anyway, yes, I know my Pokedex is... Oh, I should get the Flash AM, guys. Or HM, excuse me. Alright. And there it is. So yeah, we'll see what we can do next time. Well, so the thing about that, so there's 7 fire types in Gen 1. So it's Charizard, Arcanine, Moltres, Magmar, Rapidash. Who am I forgetting? Ninetales. Did I miss one? Oh, Flareon. Yeah. Yeah. So I could do fire next. I really could. That one could be cool. Rock would be another cool one. Fighting I think would be pretty interesting too, because there's only 5 fighting types, so I'd be playing the game a Pokemon down, which is kind of cool. Obviously there's also the Well, it's not that I would even ban Moltres. It's just that you wouldn't even really use it because by the time you get Moltres, you already have your entire team, you know, because you get it in Victory Road. And plus, I personally believe in-game Charizard is better than Moltres. In competitive battles, Moltres might be better than Charizard. I actually don't know what their stance is in terms of like tiering in Smogon. But it's partially because Moltres gets agility, which bypasses paralysis in Gen 1. So that's a positive for it. So that's a great question. So there's a fun little mod that people actually run with the Gen 1 games where you actually can make it so that traded Pokemon will actually evolve at a certain level. So it allows you to not have to, you know, worry about having friends, which I don't have. So it's something to keep in mind. They're both NU. Okay, cool. All right, so one last look at the team, everybody, just because we're done. I just want to showcase it again. I did it at the beginning of today's stream, but I'll do it again one more time just so everybody can see. All right, so here are the movesets. So we had Butterfree, Bug Flying type, it's dead. Sleep Powder, Stun Spore, Psybeam Psychic, probably its best in-game moveset. We have Pincer. This is one more just kind of like round of applause for them. Strongest physical attacker on my team, definitely. Also most physically bulky, I think. Body Slab, Submission, Seismic Toss, Slash, pretty much the best moveset. Again, any of these, you know, normal moves you could replace for Hyper Beam. If I was running Hyper Beam, I probably would have done the switch to Scyther at that point in the battle, but I'm not. Parasect, we got Spore, Mega Drain, Dig, Slash, Venomoth. We got Sleep Powder, Stun Spore, Psybeam, Psychic, Beedrill, Swords Dance, Agility, Twin Needle, Double Edge, and Scyther, which is Swords Dance / Takedown, Quick Attack. And that's it. So thank you everybody for watching, and I will see you in the next stream or in the next video, that depending on if you're watching this on YouTube or not. Everybody, thanks so much and have a good one. Bye.